Hi everyone, this is Krissy from IntoStars by Krissy.com, and this is your Libra for June 2019 Love Monthly Horoscope Forecast. So the reading that I have for Libra is quite interesting. And we do have here the Queen of Cups as the card that represents what's going on with you guys at this time. And the Queen of Cups is something that has to do with yourself. And over it is the Eight of Pentacles. Now, the Eight of Pentacles is a card of hard work and, something that you're really dedicated and putting effort in. So with this and with your basis and foundation card with the Page of Swords, I feel that there's a lot of questions that has been going on for you guys. And through that, there could be depression, a lot of fears, and it could be that you are at the point of your life wherein things could be challenging, and it could be that there is something that's either making you anxious or questioning something that you have put a lot of effort in, whether it's yourself, something to do with your own personality, with your own life. It could be a hobby that you have or your connection that you have with a person. There is something that you are questioning here. And maybe you're trying to find an outlet, or sometimes you tend to focus on work or focus on other things, neglecting the real issue at hand. And this is what I'm seeing here. But internally, it clearly is showing us that there's something that you're working on within yourselves, and you're questioning a lot of things in yourselves. And I kind of feel that this is something that has a two-way kind of thing. Like, because of your relationship with a certain person, or because of this situation, or whatever it is, because of that you are obsessing or questioning or being anxious on, you're looking on things with what's going on with yourself. It could be that because that situation happened, or something happened with a certain person, you are now reflecting things quite harshly and critical to yourself, to the point wherein sometimes you can't trust yourself anymore. Remember, the Page of Swords is the card that is not really very much pleasing to have, because sometimes it's a card of doubt. It's a card of, doubting things. So there could be a lot of doubts that has been bugging you. Crazy, that kind of thing. And it could be that, it could be that the things that people are seeing, the things that people are seeing physically to you is quite different, because internally, I kind of feel that there is some form of suffering in there. With water and air coming together, this makes me feel like a depression of some kind. So it could be that, Either way, this is telling us that there is something that you're putting attention to, and you're working very, very hard on. But at the same time, we're not really seeing that things are moving in the way that you are wanting things to. So you might be coming to a point wherein you are having a burst of emotions overflow kind of thing. And probably, and maybe, it has a lot to do with a certain person in your life, a certain man in your life, because we do have the Knight of Pentacles. So maybe you're waiting on someone and they haven't been in touch with you, or you're waiting on something to happen in your life, but they are not manifesting yet. Because a Knight of Pentacles is, the card of someone very slow. They always deliver things, but they move very, very slow. So, notice that the card of the Knight of Pentacles is very different when you see what the Knight of Wands is, or the Knight of Swords is. The horse is running, there is movement. But with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like a standstill kind of thing. The horse is literally on stop, it's on hold. So it could be that, there has been a stop or hold kind of situation in your recent past. And you are now at the point of having a reflective state in certain things. And with the Five of Pentacles in your crowning energy, this is really an area wherein you need to take a leap of faith and to still learn how to trust. Even though that things probably are difficult and things are not working out in the way that you wanted to, possibly that you are still at the point wherein you are hopelessly and in vain trying to hope for a better outcome, or trying still to wait for the person. So, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can be very much frustrating. And this could also be a card of loss in certain way, or in another aspect, this is like an element of, even though that things are not working out and things are difficult in a certain situation, you still wanted it. And through thick and thin, it's still going to be the choice that you want to have in your life. So I kind of feel that there is an element that probably has a lot to do with the past, or something that has already passed. And you're coming in the place wherein, probably there are lessons that you have learned recently. But with the Five of Pentacles as a crowning energy, things are really shaky and difficult. You are not seeing how things are going to progress. But this is like the negative side of things, because in the near future we do have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is a major arcana, which means that it could be that something major is about to happen in your life. Something can change. The imbalances, the instability that you are feeling could suddenly all come together. This could be also that, someone is actually thinking of you and they might try to connect with you. It could be someone that you have a soulmate connection with, which will just make sense because we do have the Five of Pentacles, And sometimes, even though that you have broken off with another person, you will just encounter that person, will always come back to you time and time again. And it's not something that's coincident. And sometimes it's just meant to happen because you're meant to be with this person. You're meant to face this person. That person has a lesson to learn and experience with you, and vice versa. You also have some form of karmic influence that you need to experience with this person. So the Hierophant card is very interesting because the card that's next up to that is the Justice card, which is your own card. And this is about something official. So it could be that if you are at a point of confusion, like everything has been dark and heavy and you don't see how things are gonna work out, it seems to me that with the month of June, something will happen that will connect the dots together again. And the Hierophant and the Justice card gives me the same energy. It has the energy of Libra, of relationship, of love, of being with another person, yin and yang, positive and negative. And when all that comes together, it makes things whole and complete. So and it's very interesting that we also have the King and Queen of Wands together in this reading. So don't you see the ironic side of things? Like something is coming together here. It could be you are connecting to another person that could be a perfect match for you, and all your struggle or whatever it is that you're questioning in yourselves, it's going to get some answers. So with the King of Wands here, someone is going to send you a message, or someone is going to reach out to you, definitely. And it could be someone that you already know, that you thought that never cared for you, but actually they do care. They just cannot show you. Anyways, the idea here is that you will have some form of clarity with this person, and this also could be some form of peacemaking, a peaceful message. Someone is probably going to apologize to you for some misunderstandings and all that. That is also possible here with the Hierophant and Justice card. And what you want to happen is that, coming from the place of the Queen of Cups being all isolated and filled with emotions, what you want to experience is you want to regain your confidence. You want to go out in the world. You want to be out there. That kind of thing. And the outcome that you have is Page of Wands. So definitely some form of message or communication is going to come in for you for the month of June, which will set things in motion for things to move forward in your life, especially in your relationship. So you are going to patch things out. There is some patching up with a certain person. Either way, there is an element of completion going to transpire in your life. This could be a completion of a long-standing issue, or so there's going to be some form of progress, or an energy of trying to resolve problems here. And it has a lot to do with another person. We do have here the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Wands. So, yeah, there is definitely here already an existing energy in connection with another person. So, it's more likely that you are going to work with something that it already exists in your life. They probably have left, or there's probably a pause that has occurred right there, but I kind of feel that in the month of June, some form of fated event or trigger point is going to make a mark and change things for the better. And there is lightheartedness at the end of this goal or path, whatever that you're dealing with. Either way, it's a very positive card, even though that there is a form of internal struggle that you might feel during the first few weeks of June, or probably even before June. You probably have been feeling a little on the low side of things, but in the second half of June onwards, you should be able to see things moving forward, and it's something that eventually you'll end up telling yourself that things are worth it. And as long as you don't get overboard with certain areas of your life, but I kind of really feel that the energy of Libra right here gives them a lot of support. There is something that's helping you. So yeah, be more positive and try not to see things for what has already happened. It's time to face the future and expect something good to happen in your life, because believe me, something good will definitely happen. So yeah, this is my reading for you guys for the month of June 2019, and I'll see you next month.